Aquille Carr showed that really all that much in these two games. He hasn't been nearly as aggressive as you'd like to see. Obviously, such a height disadvantage. That's the only real knock on him, 5'6", 137. But that's good to see there, getting not afraid to go in amongst the trees and draw contact.
Carr, a highly sought-after prospect out of the city of Baltimore a few years back, committed to play ball at Seton Hall, had some off-the-court issues as he makes the second one, that ended up not playing for Seton Hall. As Jamal McClurkin brings it into the front court, Thomas drills Aquille Carr in the nose, it looks like.
Overlooked docuseries, episode 7.
So down here where you're going, what are they doing down here today in Paradise Park? Are they actually playing, or are they just practicing?
Yeah, today's more so like it's the combine testing. It's like, it's testing the
Oh, they're jumping,
yeah,
all that kind of stuff.
The playing is tomorrow.
Yeah.
So the playing is tomorrow. And hopefully everything go well. This is my first time even seeing mountains like this. I've never seen.
Yeah, these are like big rocks.
Yeah, like I've never seen it.
But back over here, an hour drive from here, there's a mountain that's 10,500 feet. They have a ski lodge on top of it, so you can go skiing 5 months of the year.
Oh,
you
really?
get a lot of snow up there in the wintertime.
Wow.
It doesn't snow down here, but it snows up there. You just an avid basketball fan, or?
Nah. I follow basketball heavy. Yeah, very much so. When I got invited out of my senior year of college to go compete in Las Vegas, the summer league, there was nothing else to it. One thing that I can't shy away from is that I had a sucky senior season. My senior season, I haven't talked to you guys about, but I will. My senior season just wasn't what I expected it to be. Obviously, I had a lot of good games. I had a lot of people, telling me that I could still play at a high level. So when I got the email and I got the mail at school, like, you have been invited out to the Las Vegas Summer League Combine to compete in front of agents to test your talents. My first combine, it was a no-brainer. First of all, I was broke, so my next process was, how do I get the money? How do I prepare for it? What's the first thing to do? And it was a no-brainer. Unfortunately, I was broke, so I didn't take a plane. I didn't fly out. I booked a bus ticket to Las Vegas that took 2.5 days to get to Las Vegas, just so I can show my talents and compete in Las Vegas, Nevada. About a couple of more hours to Vegas. They got your boy out here in Utah. Looking at all these mountains, all these damn mountains. I feel like the hills have eyes are gonna come out and try to get me somewhere. Y'all probably can't tell, but this is probably the biggest windy sign I have ever seen. We saw this from miles and miles away. I know you're probably asking why I got a hoodie on. It's cold. It's been cold on the bus. It's been cold off the bus. It's been cold everywhere. About to hit Vegas soon, though. So it should heat up. Get ready for the summer league. For the most part, though, it ain't been that bad. When I went out there, it was unbelievable. At first it was so hot. It was scorching hot. Just seeing how many mountains there were. The orange, pinkish dustiness of the mountains. Seeing how empty it was. It was so crazy that the bus that I was on, when we were traveling from, I believe, Utah to get to Vegas, the tires on the bus started to melt. Like, you could smell it as you was on the bus, and they had to stop the bus to allow the bus to cool down. And we finally got there, and I was so afraid, because I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be late for my combine. I'm not gonna make it. It's gonna look nasty, tardy. Got blonde hair, so they're gonna point me out about it. And I was just nervous about it. So just getting a chance to be invited out to just showcase my talent, just given another opportunity to further my career at that point in my life, was just something I couldn't turn down. I've competed out in Vegas 3 years. Actually, I competed out in 2015 and 2016 twice. The first combine that I went to was a bad combine. It was one of the combines that they just get kids that just have the opportunity to pay to come to something, to compete, knowing that they don't have agents, knowing that they don't have, you know, the proper talent. It's kind of just like, you know, soaking up the money type thing. One of these agencies that I went to, it was actually like just to rob you of what you had.
Last day earned Vegas. Vegas combine is complete. It went alright. It didn't go how I expected. I killed the combine though. You know, as far as the shooting drills, defensive drills, I did really well on that. My times on the sprints and the lateral drills, and they were good. They were good. The gameplay was good also. You know, the first game I came out, I passed the ball really well. You know, because I knew everybody was going to be going for theirs. You know, I played full court defense. You know, that's what people want. They want to see that you're going to get up and guard. And that's one thing I did do. The second game that we played, I was much more aggressive. You know, I scored the ball more, took more chances. And I don't know, it just didn't get that feel like I did enough. I wanted to give you guys just an insight on this, let you know my emotions on this day, how I feel and what I'm going through.
Every combine that I attended out in Las Vegas did not have the actual resources and agents and teams that they promised, you know, as when you was back at home. I competed in the agility test, the vertical test, and you know, right after we competed in that, we had a big meeting, and in the meeting they were like, well, we're not gonna post this this year. The reason why we're not gonna post this year is because a lot of agents and scouts really don't care about, you know, the agility, the athleticism, you know, the speed, the coordination. They don't care about that, but they don't want to see a bunch of people running around. It just was nasty. It was just like everybody was out for themselves. There was nobody in the stands. There was no live streaming. There was a camera, one, and just the opportunity just did not really showcase it. You had 5 minutes on the court, 5 minutes off the court, 5 minutes on the court, 5 minutes off the court. So you had 10 minutes to showcase your talent. You had 20 kids on the team, and you had 10 minutes to do it. In 2015, you know, I left a little bit disappointed because, not even a little bit disappointed, I left a lot disappointed because it was just like, you don't understand how many kids are coming to these combines with the opportunity and the thought and their mindset that they're going to change their lives and change their family lives, you know? So I'm coming here and you're telling me I have an opportunity, and when I get here, I don't see an opportunity. It's almost like you're stealing from me. You're stealing my joy. You're stealing my passion. And a lot of people nowadays that are competing and trying to get to the next level don't understand that there are combines out there that do not have the intention of getting you a contract. There are people out there that will tell you like, yo, listen, I know teams and don't know teams. That happened to me trying to find a big time college. There was a lot of coaches telling me like, I could find colleges for you. Never found me colleges, you know? So people say things that sound good, but one thing I decided to believe in is the proof in the pudding. I took the opportunity to compete out in Vegas because it was so much different than what it was at home. You know, so many people at home can say like, yo, listen, I could have played here, I could have played there. But I was actually doing it. I was actually testing my talents against the West Coast, against people from overseas, against people from all different facets of life. So knowing that I was competing, it was just like, yo, the opportunity just to show how much work I put in, just to show my blood, sweat, and tears was just like, I'm not turning this down. I'm definitely not turning this down. It's like copy. I went to high school, I went to college, and now I'm competing to get a contract. I'm here. This is my time. So it was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer. Like whatever money I had, whatever money I could scavenger up, I was going to Las Vegas to compete in the Summer League. A lot of people ask me, have I competed in the NBA Summer League? Now the actual NBA Summer League, have I competed in? No. I competed in a competition right under the Summer League. This competition right under the Summer League was one of the highest touted summer leagues besides the NBA Summer League. Now, was I invited to the NBA Summer League to see them play and see them compete? Of course. You know, did I meet, you know, big time coaches like Tom Izzo, you know, Calipari? Of course, I met them. You know, they looked at me like they knew me, like I was somebody important. I know they really like acknowledged me as if I was somebody important. So at that moment, I was just like, oh, this is about to be my life. I'm about to be one of these big time NBA players. I'm about to get this contract. Like, it wasn't overseas for me. My mindset was though, listen, you going to the league. If I'm not going to the league, then, you know, obviously, you know, I was cool with overseas. But my whole mindset was NBA, NBA, NBA. There was nothing else to it. The Global Basketball Summer League was the combine that was right under the NBA Summer League. They had players like Tobias Harris' brother in it. They had big time players from the Dallas Mavericks. They had scouts from the Dallas Mavericks. They had scouts from the Houston Rockets. So when they were coming out to see these other players, my mindset was, this is my opportunity to shine. This is my opportunity to showcase, like, okay, you're coming to see this player, but I'm going to destroy this player and make sure that you guys can see what, what I'm bringing to the table. I was 5'11", 6-foot guard coming out to the West Coast to compete, and it was just, I just needed this opportunity. My games in the summer league started off slow. Like, I just couldn't shake the nerves. Like, I was nervous. I was like, oh my God. I was just nervous. It was scary because off of the next 3 or 4 games, the rest of my life would be decided. Like, it's not easy for you to conjure up money to fly to the West Coast to compete, and then you have that little window where it's like between July 7th to July 16th to compete out in Vegas. So, like, my window was pretty small. My first game, I came out, and I really wasn't aggressive in the first half.
Is it with playing fast, and again, playing with guys you're not really familiar with, is playing in control, and we've seen that at times, both teams getting sloppy, and as I said, had another turnover.
On the run out here is McClurkin. They'll lay it off for Thomas. A find to the guy who's been doing it all so far, Mike.
Show the double A's so far doing great things for D Las Vegas.
From the right elbow now, Thomas able to get the answer.
It's his first field goal of the game, so everyone in this game now with a...
We are right at 11 o'clock now. This is getting underway just past 10 a.m. here on the West Coast in Las Vegas. Thomas with the drive, and he'll be fouled. Knowles with the foul. Again, it takes 10 fouls to foul out. Knowles with his 4th. He's certainly got a ways to go, but he's hasn't been shy of getting involved on the interior. There. That is correct.
The simple math here early in the morning is that free throw is short from Thomas.
Well, it's a good thing they don't foul out after 11 fouls. Or you'd be struggling with that.
Would not have been good. 12 would have made it easier. That'd be 33%.
Second free throw good from Thomas, so he's got 5, and he's been a bit more involved here in quarter number 3. It's still an 11-point lead, though, for D Las Vegas. They've got the ball in the white jersey.
I came out, I was dishing the ball, kicking it, trying to be, your ideal floor general. And, it didn't go how I planned. Second half, I was a little bit more aggressive. I finished the game with double digits. I finished the game with a bunch of assists. But I just felt like, I could have did more. I could have been better. And I think, approaching this was a big thing for me.
Good defense from Abdullah, making it tough from that left side. And now here's Hawkins getting behind everybody, but he's denied. Guillaume able to get back and swat it against the board. Thomas on the other end, and he'll lay in this ball game, 73-62 D Las Vegas. It's scouting for you with the ball here. Wearing the blue jerseys. Drive by Thomas. Wild scoop. It'll go. Counted on a foul. Oh, wow, that was interesting from Matt Thomas.
What a finish. That was. Takes the contact on the reach in and then the lefty scoop shot. What a move there from the point guard, Thomas.
He's now got 9. Back to a 9-point game. That's really been the threshold here. Scouting for you a couple of times has been within 9 points. It's been tough for them to get it any closer than that. Here's a reset, though, after the missed free throw. Shot attempt by Obaka. Misses off to the left. 3 is short, though, and Thomas with the board. Grab now on the far side. Archie, a tug right on the left shoulder. 15-point mark as he connects on both 98-81. And most likely the last possession here as Matt Thomas brings it up. Thomas will get fouled here by Stotts. Bodying into him.
So now an outside shot at 100 points now for D Las Vegas.
Well, we have seen that several times throughout Session A of the GBSL. 98-81 our score. Scouting for you here in the blue. They'll go to the losers bracket. Thomas ending up now with 10 points.
They will be back here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
Well, they've gotten used to that now, and we're going to...
The shot clock goes off randomly there.
Okay. Oh, both free throws good for Thomas, so he ends up with 11. Got up to a slow start to Matt Thomas, but a nice second half for him, and it ends up 98-83 with the turnover. Thomas hacked, and he'll get a chance to put another couple free throws in.
definitely right. And it's really been a good showing here for Thomas in the second half. He struggled to shoot the basketball in the first half, but he's really had a nice second half offensively as he knocks home the first. And again, the positives for scouting for you. It's been a good day for Shane Carter. Michael Ibaka has been great.
My second game was kind of the same thing. You know, the NBA three-point line at that time was very challenging to me. I could not hit a long-range shot.
For Vice President, here we go up for Matthew Thomas running the point. Thomas of Salem International University, 3 for 13 in yesterday's loss to Las Vegas, so a struggle for him.
But Matt Thomas, 7 for 9 from the free throw line. He's been aggressive out of that point guard spot.
Hard take. Little aspects of the Doolittle Community Center. We have a shot clock in the far corner of the court. Players can't see it. Heck, I couldn't even see it, resulting in my hiccup there as 3, no good. Hard rebound by Guillaume. So it's going to be Thomas, the floor general here. Bounce for Guillaume. 20-footer. Missed. So Frank Snow, first time on the team here. 6'11", gave the ball up. Matthew Thomas taking hard and getting fast.
Matthew Thomas, 9 free throws yesterday, and someone who did a little bit of everything. 13 points, 5 and 6 rebounds and assists. So a guy who has the ball in his hands quite a bit for this S4U squad.
MR Sports suffered a tough loss to the Southern Star by 3 points. A few garbage time buckets made that score a little closer than it should have been, but nonetheless, it was a single-digit game. Really tooth and nail to the end there, Andy. I know we were both watching that one closely. The second one also goes down to Mr. Thomas, the man with the gold on his hair. You can't miss him. So, Snow tracks down the board, and it's Thomas up court. Thomas hits a nice pass inside. Easy finish. Sabor Pino Guillaume getting on the board for the first time. Maryland Eastern Shore for 2 years. 1 year at Binghamton University. Played junior college at Blinn College. And Andy, could ask you to name the NFL player that played at Blinn College.
Where?
It's Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. Thomas wants to push it. Thomas in the front court. Look at that step. No finish. Frank Snow fouled it up. Thomas has it underneath as Alex McCullough checks back in the game to guard him. Gives to McClurkin. McClurkin back out to Thomas. Thomas, a few dribbles inside, and he's got it. Sweet stroke from him. He's got 4.
And that's something we need to see from Thomas. We know he can handle the ball, get into the paint, but show off the shot a little bit, and mid-range 3, that'd be nice to see.
MR Sports, the team in blue, still maintaining a steady lead here. Thomas around the screen, foul line jumper. He hits it.
And that's the shot he's made twice now. As long as he has a serviceable enough shot where defenses have to respect him around the foul line area, he's got good enough speed and handles to get into the paint and be a lead guard for a team.
So here's Thomas on the outside, spinning past everybody. Can't buy the bucket, though.
Sometimes things just get too complicated for Matthew Thomas in there. We've seen a couple of nice drives, and then he tries to get fancy, put some spin on it, go through people, but sometimes the easiest play is the best play, and just lay it up off glass.
With under 7 minutes to play. Matola works around a few defenders, and taking the charge is Matthew Thomas. Planted the feet, let Matola bump right into him. Defensive awareness on point for him.
Like, it was just tough. It was just so far. Actually, you know, running up and down the court, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was just, I just couldn't reach that. I just couldn't hit that shot. And I think that was one of the biggest things that kind of hindered me getting that contract. You know, I could get to the basket. You know, I could dribble the ball. And I had, like, you know, a bunch of miraculous finishes. But if I couldn't hit that shot, they was just like, nah, we're not giving you that.
So now it's Carter. Carter on the pick from Snow. Snow's going to roll, and Snow gets it stripped by Ododa, but Ododa throws it right back to Obacha. 3-ball, Thomas! Book it! Matthew Thomas from beyond the arc. They're going to call it a long 2, but that was some long-range shooting stroke from Matthew Thomas.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I just got it from my second game. It was all right. They added 3 new players to my team, and I got my minutes cut by 11. So instead of me playing 35, 36 minutes, I only played about 24. I did okay. I had 10 points, 5 assists. But I don't know. Every time I got going, you know, they pulled me. My shots was falling. I don't know. Just kind of sucks. For the most part, though, I mean, it's been good. I spoke to a couple of agents. You know, it's looking promising. And for the most part, before I do anything, I always give much respect to God. You know, I wouldn't be in this predicament if it wasn't for Him. You know, honestly, in my mind, tomorrow I feel like I'm gonna have 30. I feel like tomorrow I'm gonna really, really turn up and go off. Tomorrow I play 10 o'clock Pacific time. I think that's 1 o'clock back at home in New York. So, you know, I just pray God just keep blessing me and, you know, just keep putting me in a position where I'll be fine. Currently, I don't have an agent. You know, I don't want to just sign any one person to be my agent. You know, they got to believe in me as much as I believe in me, you know. And I go to these combines and I can't just keep being good. I have to be extraordinary because everybody's good.
You played against Aquille Carr. How was it competing against him?
In this combine, playing against Aquille Carr, a.k.a. Crime Stopper, was interesting. You know, first of all, I mean, he's a YouTube sensation. So, you know, me seeing him walk in and, you know, seeing the Houston Rockets talking to him, you know, letting them know that they're going to be paying attention to him this game, my mindset is like, I'm going to bust his ass. My mindset is, I'm going to bust his ass. First of all, then after the game, you can take a picture and all that, but I'm going to bust his ass. That's my mindset, you know? And then just to see it in person, you know, it's one thing seeing it online, seeing somebody get crazy online and get a whole lot of points online, but then it's another thing to see it in person. And, you know, guarding him, you know, my mindset was like, okay, I'm going to be physical with him, I'm going to be aggressive with him. But he's very elusive, you know, the physicality that I put against him, he absorbed it and you know, kind of like bounced off of it. It was one play in the game where, you know, he did this one crossover that if my man wasn't standing behind me, that might have been the first time in my life that I might have fell off a crossover.
30-26. Carr takes the screen from Holt. And Carr goes behind the back, some fancy dribbling. A nice pass over to Thomas Mans. They're going to get him for an offensive foul as Carr was a little too out of control there.
Now this is what Scouting for You wants to do, get up and down. They're really great in transition. We've seen that forcing turnovers on the perimeter the last 2 possessions, and it's worked out in their favor. A little bit more comfortable with each other. By the third game, you think we'll have a little more concise and clear basketball.
From McClurkin, no good. And a rebound is knocked around and controlled by the DMV All-Stars. Pushing the other way is Palmore. Palmore runs over Thomas, but Thomas will get called for the block. Thomas, the Salem International product, will shoot the T free throw and knock it down. He has 5 here. Guillaume with it at the top of the key. He'll step into a long deuce and not be able to hit it as that was short. Rebound to Holt. Carr the other way, under a minute now. Carr into the lane, going against Obaka, and Carr is fouled. So Aquille Carr will shoot 2 free throws.
We really haven't seen Aquille Carr show that really all that much in these 2 games. He hasn't been nearly as aggressive as you'd like to see. Obviously, such a height disadvantage. That's the only real knock on him, 5'6", 137. But that's good to see there, not afraid to go in amongst the trees and draw contact.
Carr, a highly sought-after prospect out of the city of Baltimore a few years back, committed to play ball at Seton Hall, had some off-the-court issues as he makes the second one, then ended up not playing for Seton Hall, has played in the NBDL with the Delaware 87ers, has played DMV All-Stars 22-20. As Jamal McClurkin brings it into the front court, Thomas drills Aquille Carr in the nose, it looks like. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Thomas, and Carr is shaken up.
Wow. That's a tough blow to the face there for Carr. Looks like he's all right. Might need a breather on the...
Tipped around, and Holt able to save. Aquille Carr pushing the other way. Up ahead to Milton. Milton will finish and one. James Milton continues his high-scoring day and will have a chance at an old fashioned.
After he's been so effective getting inside.
3-point play for Milton, 30-29. Thomas gives it over to Frank.
Scouting for you has gotten into their sets. Not too fast, not too slow, though, kind of keeping DMV off balance.
Carr out of control but gets bumped. And it will be side out for the DMV All-Stars. And I think we'll have our under 6 timeout, and we do. 5:38 to go, second quarter, 34-29. 34-31, scouting for you in front. Thomas into Guillaume, back to Thomas. He'll hold it out, guarded by Carr. Thomas, as Carr goes for the steal, but doesn't get it. Thomas, over to Guillaume, and Guillaume has an easy deuce. His first bucket.
Contributor on offense, and we'll see him get down and dirty, make some plays defensively. That's an example right there.
Carr with it, getting into the lane. Tough shot for Carr, and he got it. That's a really tough shot to go there for Aquille Carr. The other way is that pass is too hot to handle there for Obaka, and a turnover by Carter.
That's what we've been looking for from Carr this whole tournament. Such great accolades for him coming in, but just haven't seen him really live up to it the first 2 games, and that's an example of being 5'6". You're going to have to hit shots like that if you want to make it in this league.
There's Carr again. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line.
It was certainly a resurgence in that second quarter. Both teams fairly evenly matched, kind of playing different styles. DMV has been a lot better when they've been able to force misses, really clamp down defensively. I'm interested to see what adjustments both teams make here.
Hook shot on the way and good for Frank Snow. His first hoop of the second half. And the lead is back to scouting for you, as this will be a back-and-forth affair the whole way through. As we're going to over to Thomas. Obaka, 17-footer. Book it. Michael Obaka. Over to Shane Carter. Carter back to Thomas. Goes around the screen. Thomas, a floater on the way, gets the roll. Nice, pretty move there from Matt Thomas.
And great control from Thomas, especially in the midair, able to keep himself square, set towards the basket.
Thomas Mann's jumper, that's good. Antonio Thomas Mann's in the double figures with that one. 51-49, scouting for you in front. Thomas into the lane, gets it over to Snow, and Snow finishes. Pace starting to pick up here, Ben. The scouting for you squad in front. Snow at the top of the key, guarded tightly by Milton. Hassan Khan over to Thomas. He'll launch. He'll miss. Rebound, Ivory. Matt Thomas into the front court. Gets to about 15. Kicks Obaka. Long deuce on the way, and Obaka, showing his range, drills another one. Front court. Over to Snow. Double team. As Snow guarded by Milton now. Khan. Thomas now in the corner. Looking for Obaka. Not there. Thomas, step back, jumper, yes. Matt Thomas pushes it back to double digits.
This is dangerous here if you're DMV All-Stars, because Thomas has started to find the range, so is McClurkin, and along with Obaka.
59-51, under 5 to play in this third quarter.
And if you're DMV, you just need to get a couple stops here, get back into it, but Thomas has been real solid, missed that one there.
Training, as Carr will take it the other way for DMV All-Stars. Carr, good pass to Milton, and a ferocious slam from Milton. With authority there for James Milton. Wow. 59-53. Scouting for you in front of the DMV All-Stars. Aquille Carr into the front court. 64-53. Scouting for you leading DMV All-Stars. Thomas Mans. 3-ball on the way. No good. McClurkin. Over to Obaka, 15-footer on the way, no good. Rebound to Aquille Carr. Carr pushing, 1-on-3. Carr all the way to the 10. What a good move by the little fella, Aquille Carr. It's back to 2.
And a second win here for the All-Stars, back to 2. And Carr now really Not picking things up himself.
And he'll get Carr on the block.
If Southern Stars wants a chance.
As it's a 70-66 game with 7 minutes to go. Thomas into the lane. A lot of contact. And I think they're going to get Milton with the bump. They do. It will be 2 free throws there for Thomas. Thomas has had a nice morning here as he has 9 points, looking to get into double digits. He's also played some good defense on Aquille Carr as well.
He has, and I was saying this earlier, nice all-around game, a little bit inconsistent, especially with his outside jumper, and undersized as well as a point guard, but I do like the way he's been able to figure out ways to get inside, draw fouls, although he misses a free throw there.
1 of 2, but Snow corrals it. Gadsden Gilliard with it. Goes around the screen of Milton behind the back. Milton looking to do it himself. Milton can't finish, and a good rebound by Snow. Thomas, and a good foul there by Gadsden Gilliard to stop the fast break. And it will stay with Scouting for You as they lead by 5 with 6:40 to go in this fourth quarter.
Scouting for You has done a good job in this second half after that initial flurry from the DMV All-Stars, just maintaining that 5 to 10 point lead.
Thomas goes around a Pina Guillaume screen. Guillaume, a good roll to the hole, and Guillaume will finish. Nicely executed there by Scouting for You.
Yeah, nice bounce pass, threading the needle too, and with the big guy Guillaume, we've seen a lot of these bigs struggle with handling the low bounce pass on the pick and roll, but he did a nice job just taking his time and going up with it in one motion.
Looking for Milton was Palmore, and he turns it over. Thomas the other way. Thomas all the way to the tin, and Thomas finishes. Thomas the other way for Scouting for You. Thomas one-on-one with Palmore. Goes into the lane. Lefty shot is going, and one for Matt Thomas.
That's just how the second half has gone for Scouting for You. Able to finish every time on the inside, and you have to feel like that might have been a shot that could put the nail in the coffin against DMV All-Stars. Now a 13-point lead with 3:30 to go.
Pina Guillaume and Coach Gil Kieselik having a lively as the three-point play is converted there by Thomas. Matt Thomas into the lane, gets all the way to the tin, can't finish though. Rebound to Holt. Carr gets his pocket picked, and it's going the other way.
Fortunately, I believe we did come away with that win. I believe it was a very tough game, and I outplayed him. In my mind, I had more points, I had more assists, I had more rebounds. So my mind was like, cool, I beat out Aquille, so I know I'm getting a contract. If the Houston Rockets is here to see him, I know I'm getting a contract. And just having that opportunity was just dope. It was just dope because to see two people from two different facets of life, competing, trying to do the same thing, and let me know at this combine that this combine was much different than the other ones that I went to, because there was high caliber players. There were players that I aspired to be on their level, that played at a high level, so it just put a different perspective on it, and just knowing that I went out there, it was just amazing. It was amazing for me. A lot of memories that I sit there and I think about, and I mean, the whole time that I was out there, I was advertising myself. I came out there and I printed out maybe 100 copies of my resume.
Went to the store and printed off like a bunch of copies of my resume. And whoever I think is an agent or whatever, I'm handing them out,
Like, how you go to a job interview? I printed out 100 copies of me in a basketball jersey with my stats, my championships, the records I broke, the schools I attended, my points per game, my MVPs. Like, I printed it out and handed it out to people. Like, hey, how you doing? My name is Matt Thomas. This is my resume. This is my resume. And it was like how you market yourself. I didn't have an agent, And the agents that I did hit up and the agents that I did reach out to was like, you're not better than my clients. I reached out to an agent, and he told me, I represent Steph Curry and Giannis. So he was like, you're not as good as them, so why would I represent you? I responded back, and I was like, I work hard. See, I'm a hard worker. Just give me the opportunity, I could show you, if you give me the opportunity, I could show you that I can compete at this level. And he was like, nah, I don't want to waste my time. So there was some times where I was humbled, and my dream was shot down, but it was just something about it that just, kept me pushing, kept me going. And, gave me the opportunity to keep competing. One thing I want to talk about for people that's looking to pursue their career in these combines is do your homework. Doing your homework. YouTube is an amazing friend. You know what I mean? If these combines are as good as they say they are, they will have clips on YouTube. Yes, views to me do matter. Yes, it does. Research. Have your team just look it up. Because a lot of people don't have the connections that they say that they have. And a lot of people are just looking for easy pay. They're looking just to take your money. They're looking just to take the opportunity from you, just to steal your dream and make you feel like you wasted your time. In actuality, that if you're in front of the right camera, in front of the right people, in front of the right coach, you can compete. Unfortunately, out of all the combines that I've been to and all the ones that I competed in, Vegas was the one that I didn't stand out the most in. Now, yeah, I got nominated for honorable mention. I averaged about 13 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. That was cool, but like I said, it's a combine. That's not gonna cut it. If I would have had 31 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, then it'd be like, okay, who's that kid? Even in the commentators, you can hear them talk. They're like, yo, Matt Thomas with the blonde hair, you can't miss him. They're like, they say it, they see it, the significance of, the trademark with the hair and stuff like that. But yeah, that was just one of my worst combines. That's one of the things that I tried to forget, to be honest, because nobody really was there. Nobody could see it. I could just come here and tell you guys like, yo, I did good, I did great. They cheated me. Nah, I didn't show up, although nobody else knew the truth. I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to myself, cheat myself. You cheat yourself there, you're gonna start cheating yourself on the grind. You cheat yourself on the grind, and it's gonna show up when it matters. So I think after I left those combines, my mindset was just go out, come back home. My whole focus was knocking down the NBA 3, getting stronger, getting faster, being a better defender, being smarter, being more poised, stop dribbling so much. And yeah, that's where it got me. I think one thing I want to tell people is that don't allow somebody else to tell you to not chase your dreams. I know it sounds cliche, like, oh, chase your dreams, don't. But seriously, like, you'll be surprised how many people that are afraid for you to chase your dreams because it'll just make them feel more insignificant about themselves. You chasing your dreams and you being better is allowing other people to give them their permission to shine. Give them their permission to, be great. Give a person their flowers when they're alive. How many times I went to these combines and, people was like, Matt, you shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't go to it. Like, it's nothing that's gonna come of it. And I mean, like, after I left it, I was like, damn, they told the truth. Nothing really came of it how I thought it would. But then I was like, but I went. But I know what it was like. Like, I know the reason why I either didn't get the contract or I did get one, Rather than allow somebody to put that stigma on me, that mindset, that perception, I was able to still beat it, still rise above it, still exclude myself from that mindset. If you want to be great at anything, if you want to create a YouTube channel, if you want to create clothing, if you want to do anything, like, I feel like just do it. Just do it. Just have the diligence, have the consistency, have the heart to be ready for the success and be prepared for the failures. Because you can't appreciate one without the other. You can't appreciate sunny days if you don't like the rain. You just really can't. And for me doing this docuseries and talking to you guys and really just putting it out there, it's just letting me know into perspective that I'm glad I did it. I'm glad. Like, I have a story. I have a whole story to tell people, and it's still going. Like, the story doesn't stop here. And the fact that the story doesn't stop here just gives me a different perspective to know that, maybe if I was a big time professional basketball player, I wouldn't have impacted as many people as I'm impacted now. The goal is to keep shooting for it. We pushing for 2 million subscribers. We trying to touch 10K right now. You know what I mean? So it's like, just believe in your dreams, because I'm gonna look back on this. Everybody else is gonna look back on this and be like, you see where you came from, and you was talking this from the beginning. So I think the biggest thing is just staying on top of it. I struggle with the thoughts of am I doing enough? The depression, the mental health aspect. I deal with it all the time, and I could sit here and be like, I got all the answers, and I got it all figured out. I don't. Doing this docuseries regurgitated so many emotions and so many feelings that took me off into so many different, thoughts. And, I struggle sometimes just trying to figure out what's next for me. But knowing that I can impact anybody and allow my story to be a testimony for someone else and a blueprint for how to get it done, I guess I'll do it 10 times over.